Hi Leo, welcome to April. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy and protective energy for this reading. So this month in April, we have a full moon in Libra, which is favorable to your sign, and then a new moon in Taurus, which could be a little tense, but we'll see what the astrology says when we get into it later. Let's see what the cards say about Leo and love in relationships. What does Leo need to know in April 2020 about love and relationships? What's coming up for Leo? What is coming up for Leo in terms of love and relationships? Okay, let's see what we get. Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the World, the Three of Swords in the past, the Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the King of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, you're starting the month off. This is a card of wealth and security, financial security. Four of Wands is stability, victory, possible marriage. So I feel that you are, for some of you are in a relationship and you're feeling secure. You feel like you have someone who is there for you. If not, that's what you're looking for this month. And you can achieve it. The Four of Wands is a card of victory, stability. So whatever you're trying to build or get off the ground, you're going to get financial support. You're going to get that. You're going to be supported in love and in relationships. Whatever you're building, it's solid. The Four of Wands is solid, stability. Sometimes it could be marriage. Some of you might be thinking about committing to a relationship because you're looking for some type of security. You're wanting someone, a partner that, so if you're not committed, you're thinking about it. If you are committed, you're just enjoying the stability. I feel like this hasn't always been the case. You may have in the past, because you have the Three of Swords here and the World, so you might have ended something in the past, maybe the past couple of months. The World card is like the end of a cycle and then starting a new cycle or moving to a new level. So you might have spent a lot of time cutting out whatever was no longer serving you or working. There could have been, but now I feel like you're coming into this month strong. I think in the past, if there was someone who was draining you or a relationship that wasn't working out, you decide to cut your losses and move on. Because the World card is really a good card. It means having a sense of completion and taking something to the next level. And feeling that you're doing work that you really love, where everything's coming together. And whatever sorrow or heartache you've had in the past that may have been influencing your life and all the abundance that you're now having, you're leaving that behind. You're releasing past sorrow. Sometimes the Three of Swords, in some cases, can mean minor surgery. So you might have had some minor surgery to correct something, and now you're getting back on track in a physical way. So whether it's a relationship or severing of ties with people or things that or draining you, you're trying to get your life back into a state of harmony, stability, and some type of an abundance. And so coming up in the future, you have this Two of Pentacles. This is a card of juggling two things, or you have a lot going on. And sometimes it can mean someone who's pretending to keep it all together, but they're not. It's like laughing on the outside, crying on the inside. Like you're not really letting people know what you're thinking or how you're really feeling. So even though you're in a good situation, sometimes you might be just, I don't know, trying to be strong or feeling like you're being strong for everyone else. And if there's something on your mind, something that's worrying you, you're not letting people know about it. You're just being the caretaker. Maybe this is you in the Ten of Pentacles trying to keep it all together, helping your family feel secure and safe, and not letting people know if you're worried about something. Here you have the Knight of Swords and the King of Cups. I feel like you could have a falling out with you could have had a falling out with someone that could have been a water sign, either a water sign or an earth sign. And maybe it was based on somebody did something without thinking. It was something, because the Knight of Swords energy is this energy of, I want to jump into something, I don't care. I don't care how my behavior, I'm not thinking about how my actions are affecting others. So this could be someone that you were dealing with, or even your own behavior. So I feel like there, and here is this Two of Swords. There's someone that you are estranged from, and you might have lost contact with this person. This person could have been someone very caring, very compassionate, very understanding. And it's like both of you are waiting, like neither person is wanting to reach out to the other person. This is like a stalemate, where you're trying to make a decision about a relationship, but you're not taking action. Maybe you were dealing with someone who was a little bit insensitive. Either one of you was insensitive and rushed into something without thinking. And you would like to reach out to someone, but you're not sure because you don't know how the other person feels. And so you're kind of waiting for a sign from the other person. It's like both people are waiting for a sign from the other person. And neither person is taking action. And here you have the Knight of Pentacles. This is sometimes someone who's working really hard, but you might be worried about the future of your security. You're worried about financial security. And there's the Five of Wands here is like a internal conflict. Maybe this could be a work situation. There may be conflict on the job, or conflict with the people that you're working with, where each person, you can't see like no one's agreeing on you can't see eye to eye on some issue. So this could be in a relationship. Maybe you had a falling out with a friend. It may not even be a love relationship. It could even be a friendship. Because I don't feel like your love relationship is bad. I think you're in a secure place. I think it could be someone in your life that you've had a falling out with. And there's some kind of conflict about whether you want to reach out or not. With the Knight of Pentacles, This is a card of slow energy, just working slowly toward a goal, not being afraid to work hard until you reach that goal. So you could be dealing with an earth sign that's very stable, very methodical, and you could be dealing with a water sign, even an air sign, because it could really be anyone, because we have all of the signs here. But I feel like you're trying to make a decision about it. It may even be making a choice in a partnership, because you have these two twos. And you're trying to decide whether to stay in your current situation or to jump into something new. And there's a conflict around this decision. And you're kind of looking for a sign about which way to go. I feel like this is in your negative thinking, this King of Cups. So there could be someone in your life that was very good, a good counselor or like a healer in your life. It had a healing influence, and you're not thinking highly of this person for some reason. Could be a water sign, could be someone who's very sensitive, keeps their feelings hidden. But I feel like there's like this estrangement. So even though you're like things are going okay for you in relationships, there's an outside, like there's a sorrow that's still influencing your life in some way, because you've lost connection with someone. And I think you're kind of in this on the fence, like should I reconnect with this person? Should I reach out to this person? Maybe you had some kind of argument. Because I'm seeing this Knight of Swords energy is an argumentative energy. Someone who is very opinionated, someone who is looking for a fight. You could be dealing with someone like that, or you could be feeling a little hot-headed yourself. Maybe there's anger connected with this person. And you could even be dealing with someone with issues around unemployment. Either you're worried about your job, or you're dealing with someone who could be losing their job. You're worried about your security. And so you might be juggling a lot. You might be working 2 jobs, just trying to maintain the lifestyle that you've grown accustomed to. Like you might be concerned in April about your financial security, and you might decide to work, either to leave a job or take on another job, because you're afraid of this. You think that maybe your current job is unstable, or there's some situation where you're not seeing eye to eye with people, where you feel like there's too much competition and people are not working together when they should be. They should be working as a team. And this Five of Wands it could work 2 ways. It could either be internal conflict, or it could be that the people that you're working with are not cooperating. They're not cooperative. They're not working as a team. Everybody's like trying to go their own way. And you might be getting tired of that. And you might be thinking, you know what, maybe I should look for something else. But I think you have a partnership that is secure. I think your partner is there for you. So this could be something that's happening in career. I don't feel like it's a love thing. I think it's more of a career thing. And maybe even a friendship. If you've had a falling out with a friend, you might be in conflict about whether or not to reach out. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So the full moon in Libra is happening in your 3rd house. And it's affecting the 9th. So it's like your travel, your communication sector. So something you might be completing, some type of communication project, something that involves teaching, learning, higher education. Could be a marketing thing, or something where you're connecting with people through the internet or a website. Something is coming to completion. And this full moon is squaring Pluto and Jupiter in your 6th house. So it is affecting your employment. I think it's more of an employment. See, I wasn't seeing a relationship in these cards. I feel like the relationship is okay. It's everything else around you. It could be a job-related tension. I feel like you could be having power struggles at work with someone. There's also, and if you've been working really hard, you want to take care of your health. And with Jupiter squaring the full moon, Jupiter sometimes brings abundance when it connects with Pluto, but sometimes it can act to expand things or exaggerate things. So it could make problems at work seem greater than what they are, bigger than what they are. And if someone is if you feel restricted on the job, or if you feel like you have to deal with people who are wielding power in a not a good way, things might just seem overblown right now. You have Mars in your 7th house, and Saturn just moved into the 7th house. So relationships are going to be a little bit tricky. On the one hand, you might be arguing with within partnerships. Saturn brings like a heaviness to partnerships, a lot of responsibility. So you could be, and 7th house it could be marital partnerships. For people who are married, you might be arguing more or fighting over responsibility, who does what. And if it's not in your relationship, it could be at work, work partnerships, like business partnerships. Because and Uranus is in the 10th house. So that's shaking up your career sector. And Mars is going to be squaring Uranus at this new moon. So there could be some surprises coming out about career. It's something that pushes your buttons and makes you hot. And that's what this Knight of Swords is about, I think. You might just feel like taking some kind of ill-considered action. So don't get reactive. If something unexpected happens in your career sector, don't do anything reckless, because it could affect your security. You might feel like you might get hot over something and say, decide to quit your job or to take action that then causes more problems down the road. So don't react. Don't take action based on a reaction. Take action based on carefully considered plans. Don't do anything in anger or spontaneously because somebody pushed your buttons. Because there could be some arguments in a partnership in April. But I think it's more of a business partnership or career related. I don't think it's personal, because you have Venus in the 11th house. So you're really supported by your family, friends, and the groups that you belong to. And Venus is trining Mars. So I think your relationship is okay. You have the support of your relationship, but I think that there's tension outside of the relationship. And it could be friendships or partnerships that are bringing this tension. And, Uranus energy is very, it's sudden, it's unexpected. And when Mars comes together with Uranus, it's a volatile situation. So it could be a sudden argument or a sudden breakup or a sudden, you get angry and you stub your toe, So you don't want to do anything in the heat of the moment. So if you're having a conflict with someone, count to 10 before you respond. Take time to think before you take action, because you don't want to wind up hurting yourself in anger. And I think that's a potential, especially when there's like power struggles. You got Pluto. Pluto's about wielding power. And Jupiter coming together with Pluto, it just makes that even more, it expands it even more. In Capricorn especially, you may feel restricted at work. Like you want to expand, you want to do things, and powers that be are locking you down. And it's anger, you're getting frustrated because you can't implement the plans that you want to implement. But the truth is going to come out at the full moon. The full moon is a completion or a revelation. So you're going to see the truth about something that involves some type of communication, maybe even contracts. There could be arguments around contracts. So just keep your cool around this full moon in Libra. Because, the full moon in Libra, the moon is in Libra, the sun is in Aries. So there's this balance between my needs and your needs. And you have to find that middle ground. Especially because Libra is about relationships. It's about compromise. It's about meeting people halfway. So you can't be headstrong and say, it's going to be my way. I mean, maybe you could be, if you're being the power, the bully, don't be the bully in April. Either that or you could be the victim of someone else being the bully. But the way to, the way out of it is not to be rigid and to be, like the boss and be cold. The way out of it is to be nurturing, to consider, what's good for everyone, and to try to have a softer approach instead of a hard disciplinarian type of tactic. So then we have the new moon in Taurus, and that is squaring your sign, and that's happening in the 10th house. So there's definitely some tension in career, but there's also a chance for a new beginning. But like I said, you're going to feel blocked because you have Saturn in the 7th house. So this Uranus is conjunct this new moon. So there could be a surprise coming out, a surprise new beginning or new opportunity that frees you in some way from an oppressive relationship, because you have Saturn here in the 7th house. So something that's been heavy and has been a heavy responsibility. This new beginning can kind of break you free of that, but there's still going to be tension. And you have Mercury here in the 9th house, so that has to do with, the 9th house is law, legal, signing contracts, Mercury. And it's squaring Jupiter and Pluto, so there could be some tension around some kind of contract that needs to be signed, something that has to do with employment. Mars and Saturn are both in your 7th, but Mars is trining Venus. So Mars is supporting you in trying to achieve a goal. Venus in the 11th house, it could bring love or support from friends. So one of your friends or the groups that you belong to, if you're looking for love, you can find love through a friendship. A friendship could turn into love. But I don't know. I feel like all this energy is around contracts, partnerships, agreements that you have with others, like who's going to, especially if you're signing a contract, like a business contract, and you're trying to decide who is responsible for what. You have Neptune in the 8th, and that has to do with money and shared resources. So you want to make sure you have everything spelled out. If you're expecting financial support from someone, or if you're expecting some type of loan or some kind of financial aid, with Neptune and Pisces in the 8th house, you want to make sure that you are clearly understanding what you're getting and the terms of your agreement, because there could be some confusion around that, around money, especially around money that you're receiving at this time. Or you may be thinking you're getting this financial support, and there could be some hidden elements to it. So I feel like there's going to be tension at work and career in your life path. And at the same time, there'll be new beginnings. Because a new moon is always a chance for a new beginning. But with Uranus there could be some surprises. So you might get a curveball that you weren't expecting. So just be prepared. This April is going to be kind of a tense month for a lot of people because the full moon has a lot of squares aspecting it. The new moon has squares. There's a lot of tension in the air. So even though you're trying to do something new, it's like you're trying to get something going, and you have to deal with all these blockages and these obstacles. It's like trying to run a marathon, and you have all these walls, and you got to jump over walls and run around, jump through hoops. It just makes things a little bit more difficult. Saturn makes things difficult, and Saturn can be demanding. And then Pluto goes retrograde. So some work issue, you might be rethinking some employment issue. Now also the 6th house can have to do with health. So if you're not taking care of your health, you want to, if you've been overworking, you might be draining your energy. You want to, give yourself time to rest. And if there's some kind of health issue that pops up, don't put it on the back burner. Get it checked out. Because Jupiter and Pluto, Jupiter can be increasing the problem. And Pluto relates to something that's been happening for a long time. So if you've been dealing with stress over a long time, you could be developing, it could be affecting your health and you don't realize it. And then all of a sudden you have this problem. So if you feel in any way under the weather, get it checked out. I'm not saying that you're going to be sick or there's anything, it may be nothing. But it's always a good idea when you have something activated in your 6th house. Now the 6th house is not, if you do get some type of sickness, it's a temporary thing. It's something that you can overcome and you can heal. And it's probably just related to stress from the job, from overworking, from, whatever problems you're dealing with. So just nurture yourself. It's really important that you take care of yourself. And you don't let people bully you. And don't be the bully, depending on which side of the fence you're on. But as far as love goes, Venus trine Mars is really a good thing. It's supporting you in terms of if you want to take action toward a relationship. If you're interested in someone and you're not in a committed relationship, go for it. Because Venus trine Mars is supporting love. And it could come through a friendship or a group of people that you belong to. So one of your friends, you could be friends with someone and it could turn into romance. So that will help take the stress off whatever's going on in your career. But you have an opportunity for a brand new beginning in your career with the 10th house new moon. And it could take you in a new direction with Uranus. It could be a surprising development. So something could pop up out of the blue that you weren't expecting, and you might be thinking, hey, should I take this new direction? Should I take this new opportunity? But it will be, you have to consider your obligations because you have Saturn in the 7th. You have certain commitments and you have certain obligations that you are going to be in conflict about. Do I honor my current commitments or do I jump into this new thing? So that could be something that's happening in April, at the end, especially at the end of April. Things might be building up to a crescendo, and then when Uranus hits and the new moon, just don't do anything reckless. Don't do anything ill-considered. Don't give up your security for some crazy new thing without checking it out first. That's all I'm saying. So that's my forecast, Leo, for April. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please click on the like button, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment. And I want to say to everyone, thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for liking, for subscribing, sharing. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for ordering readings. If you want a reading, just click on the link in the description box. We can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and hopefully we will get through this virus soon. I think it's going to be up and down throughout the year. We may have good months where things seem to be getting better, and then we might have other months where things are getting difficult. But I think by next year, by the beginning of next year, we should be in a better place. We should be coming out of it a little bit. I think this year is going to be difficult, but hang in there and focus on the positive. Focus on taking care of your health, keeping your immune system strong. And I will see you again next month. Okay, bye now.